Man, happy Tuesday, everybody. It's just me right now, and I don't know if anybody else is gonna come, but they are welcome to come whenever they come. Um, I was about to say fuck it. We're not even gonna do Crash Out Tuesday because I ain't got nothing to crash out about. But then I thought, you know what? The Royal Rumble happened this weekend. There's some basketball news, and if nobody shows up, I'm just gonna yap at y'all on my own. How about that? And it's probably not gonna be for a whole hour. I mean, yeah, I'll just chat so I get tired and just sign off. So it's probably not gonna be for a whole hour, but yeah, um, if anybody else is willing to join, they can join and just yap. But you know what? Fuck it, we ball, right? Wepa. Well, welcome to Crash Out Tuesday. Bam is busy in his house right now, so he said he's not gonna be able to join. So I actually was gonna say fuck it, but you know what? I feel like yapping. I Yeah, I feel like yapping, so I'm just gonna yap at y'all for about 30 minutes or so. So yeah, wepa. Um, damn, but damn. So to be honest, the Royal Rumble happened this weekend, and everybody's been doing reviews and been talking about that and all that. So I'm gonna do that. What up, Jalen? It's just me for now. Somebody might show up, but we just go. This is one of those. Hold on. This is what we call. This is what this basically this episode is.
Well, this is a time where we go off the script.
Yeah, and it's not even crash outs. It's just yap offs. um, but for real, yeah, the Royal Rumble happened, so I definitely wanted to talk about that for the most part. I probably won't take that much time. I'll just go where I need to go. So I got something up here that's like just a template for me to figure out what's going on because I know what happened. I watched the whole thing. We obviously watched it on the stream, but let's recap, shall we? um, yeah. So Royal Rumble happened. Actually, me personally, I thought it was actually a pretty damn good show. I'd probably give it like an 8.5 out of 10, just because the matches and all the people who the right people outside of Gunther won, but it unbiasedly the right people won. But yeah, it was actually a pretty good show. A lot of other people say that the Saudi Arabia took the air out of it, but at the same time, it's like they still showed out. They still got the money. It was still successful. Anywho, let's go over the matches just and tell you just how I feel about what happened. Um, there was the women's Royal Rumble that was first, and there was the AJ Styles versus Gunther match, and there was the Sami Zayn versus Drew match, and then there was the men's Royal Rumble. Four matches in 4 hours. But it was pretty well paced. But yeah, we'll start with the men's Royal Rumble, and it basically, if y'all aren't aware, there's a friendship between Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, and coincidentally and somewhat suspiciously, Charlotte went number one, and at number two comes in Lexi. So, and they start their match off, right? They start their match off, and as soon as the bell rings, they kind of stare at each other, and then all of a sudden they act like they're gonna throw each other out. They're all like, "Oh no! I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding." And it was some old cringe shit. It was some old cringe. I'm just messing with you. You're my friend. Type shit. So they wait for the next person to come out. They end up waiting for the next person out, who ends up being Kiana James. And let me tell you this right now. She wasn't in the match too long, but she was like in the match up until like the teens, maybe the early 20s. I can't remember, but Kiana James had a hell of a show out. Hell of a show out. Like she had been basically doing stuff and moves that I would rarely see, outside of NXT, and then certain things that I had never seen her do before. She really used this moment to show her platform off, like as herself as an athlete and former gymnast. just like Tip Tip, which we'll get into later. But yeah, basically, who's next? Was Nia next? Oh yeah, okay, Nia was next. Yeah, when Nia showed up next, they fought for a little bit, and I think before the next match, somewhere down the line, Kiana James, she just picked this girl up and just body slammed her, just like full fireman's carry. Type shit. And I was just so fucking stunned and impressed. I was like, I didn't know she had the power. I know she got the shoulders, I didn't know she had that type of power. Wait a minute. that was interesting. I would love to see more of that, if not showings of, power and acrobatic skill. Yeah, Candice already not yet. Oh, hold on, I'm getting ahead of myself. Ivan now came after Nia Jax. Who cares? Lola Vice from NXT shows up with her fine, hot ass self. God damn. I mean, she knows it. Girl walks around. I bet girl walks around all of Miami with her cheeks out. Whew. Yeah. NXT got some of the females, and you see them leaking over with Stephanie and and the other girls. I can't. Sorry, free. We'll get to them actually. We'll get to the rest of the NXT people because there's more. But yeah, Lola Vice shows up and shows her ass, her fine ass, her large peach ass, and she's over here kicking and throwing backhands and shit. Because she's an MMA. She's like a MMA fighter. She's trained in like mixed martial arts, and that's cool too. But yeah, so don't try to slap her ass. She'll knock your ass out. Don't do that. But she came in and she actually got eliminated first. I can't remember when, but that was unfortunate. But at the same time, I'm glad she showed up because she's pretty as hell, and her. I don't know how far her MMA style kind of wrestling is going to take her through WWE, but she's flourishing right now, and she didn't really do too much because except for throw her weight around like normally does. Becky Lynch skipping that. Here's another NXT girl. Sol Ruka showed up, and Sol Ruka also showed her stuff. She did. I forget the name. Kat told me, but I forgot. The shit where she bounces up on the rope and does a whole backflip to a slam. It's called something. I forgot what it was. It slips my mind. But she showed out and she showed her athleticism, and she actually lasted to the final four. And Sol Ruka is actually one of the athletic girls that might make it to the NBA. I think James Harden just got traded, y'all. I'm sorry to cut away from the Royal Rumble real quick, but I just got a notification. And I saw James Harden, and I remember they were trying to trade him this earlier today. Hold on. Here it is. Clippers are trading James Harden to the Cavaliers for Darius Garland. Let's finish the Royal Rumble. We're going to get into that. I'm going to get into that. Holy hell. They actually traded Darius. Isn't Darius Garland injured? Anyway, back to the Royal Rumble. We're going to get into that. I got it right here. We're going to get into that because I actually want to talk about basketball. Yeah, Sol Ruka's one of the girls. Roxy, Max, Natty, Liv Morgan shows up. And let's just go through the rest. I think Raquel, Lash after Liv, Zelina, Raquel, Chelsea, Julia, Io Sky pops up, then Asuka, and then Rhea, and then Bailey, and the other girl I was talking about that I didn't think would make it out of NXT, but ended up being in the Royal Rumble was JC Jane. Yeah, she actually showed up, and actually I was at. And as much as other people might find her mid and uninteresting stuff, the story, just her come up a story, because I was watching. I had seen her back when she was with Mandy Rose and Toxic Attraction, just one of the side characters, how she was basically the Jasmine Nix, the current of the current Fatal Influence. That's what Jason Jane was in Toxic Attraction, for real, and she ended up feuding with Gigi Dolan and kind of just getting lost in the midway. And out of nowhere, they just decided, hey, let's throw the title on her. Well, she was a part of Fatal Influence. She started leading that. They were really trying to push her. Out of nowhere, they threw the title on her. Now she's the NXT champion, and now she got a spot in the Royal Rumble. That girl actually made it up to the top, and I'm actually proud. She may not be the prettiest looking, but you know what? Talent is talent. Go give a damn how you look, and I don't care. But also going back up the Lash Legend, she had a hell of a performance. Like they were literally booking her in the Rumble like she was the powerhouse for a second. And I thought she was gonna make it to the final four, but she didn't end up making it there. And then just gonna skip down to the rest, but the surprising entrant of the night for the women's, believe it or not, was fucking Brie Bella. Because I didn't expect Brie to be there at all. I thought I saw a black haired girl in the crowd. I thought it was Brie, but it was just another black haired girl, and I was just mistaken. And then here comes the 29 Brie Bella. I'm like, what? Lord. So that was surprising. And boy, let me tell you, that Saudi crowd popped like hell for Brie Bella. For Brie Bella. They were out here chanting, yes, 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 loud as hell. Like there was thousands of people in there, like we were back in 2014 during the Yes movement. Or was it 2013? Yeah, actually it was 2013. During the Yes movement. And everybody else online and everybody else watching, and low-key Me Too was like, I mean, I'm not going to fish for them to do anything better, but they could have had some. They could have did better, but at the same time, coming from Monday night, the Bella Twins are coming back into the tag division, and since the Bellas didn't compete when there was a tag team championship back then, I don't think. No, there wasn't. But now that there is, and now that they're both healthy and still ready to go at it, apparently they're just inserting them to the tag division, which they actually have incredibly actually well built. Bring a Lash over and pairing her up with Nia, giving Nia something to do, and Lash somebody to learn from, and the whole little lame ass Freddie that the friendship of Charlotte and Lexi. Sorry, brain froze. And the real Yuri and Rhea and Io and others. But long story short, the final four in that match ended up being Tiffany Stratton, who came in at 30, Raquel Rodriguez, Liv Morgan, and Sol Ruca. And funny enough, when it got to that final four part, Raquel had just eliminated, I can't remember who she eliminated, but she just eliminated him. And as she's over there staring, here comes Liv, and guess what she does? She eliminates Raquel. Boy, on purpose, blatantly, and even laughed about it at the end. And Raquel over here just staring there dumbfounded, like, huh? Wait, what? I didn't think he was gonna do it like that. And then, or like I thought we would actually fight for it. And she was just stunned that she just back eliminated her behind her back by surprise, and then just stared at her and smiled about it. They just Monday Night Raw, they had actually when believe it or not, Dom actually came back to introduce Liv, and then Liv brought Raquel out there right before a match with Stephanie Vaquer. And Raquel was like, "Why'd you eliminate me?" And she was like, I can't remember what she said, but she kind of worked her way around it to her focus on her match. And long story short, Raquel's going to remember that heavily, and this is the beginning of the end of what used to be the Judgment Day. But yeah, Liv actually eliminates Raquel off peak. And so Tiffany and Tiffany, Sol, and Liv are left, and basically Sol eliminates on a crazy acrobatic move. Sol eliminates Tiffany, and just as she does on the outside of the rope, Liv hits an oblivion on Sol and bounces her off the edge of apron and eliminates her and wins the Royal Rumble, which is the right decision because, Liv had came so close like for the past 2 years. One of those years, I think 2024, she had the longest time in the I think either the second longest time in the Royal Rumble, right behind Rhea, because Rhea went number one. But she actually, it actually came down to like Liv and Rhea, and Liv lasted like a whole hour, only being beat by Rhea, who actually went number one and won. But props to Liv for winning that shit. And later, I actually noticed that she didn't point at the sign. I know she got some hell for that. You're supposed to point at that sign. All right, enough of the women's Royal Rumble. The match between AJ Styles and Gunther, man, great match. And when you have a match that pulls at your heartstrings like that, it's a really damn good match. That being said, fuck Gunther, bro. Fuck Gunther. Here's probably if there's anything I'm gonna crash out on, it's gonna be this. Gunther, you son of a bitch. Who the fuck do you think you are, thinking that you could stroll around here and just eliminate everybody and just eliminate careers? Like Randy Orton, well, he didn't actually, eliminate Undertaker's career, but he went up against Undertaker. I'd like to see you go up against the Undertaker, Prime Undertaker, not this Undertaker, but the Prime Undertaker. See how you handle. You go with that. Oh, the chokehold. Oh yeah, that's cute. Hit you in a Hell's Gate. Sorry. Anyway, put you in that Hell's Gate lock. But yeah, Gunther, man, fuck you. Triple H, that wasn't cool, man. That wasn't cool. I hope you got some, recommendation for this. That's all I gotta say. But so far, I mean, the way the stories are booking, I think that shit's cooking. But it was a grand match. It was an absolute hell of a match. I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but long story short, Gunther, did his whole chokehold shit the entire time, and like through the last few minutes of the match, and AJ passed out, and it was me and Kat just walked off at the same time. It was tragic. Woo! Yeah. Man, listen. Gunther can go jump into an ocean, bro. I'm about sick and tired of this nigga, and it's come to a point where I wouldn't mind if Brock mopped the floor with that nigga. It's gotten to that, but who knows? They might have, if they have Gunther retire Brock, it's gonna feel hell weird and like wrongly weird. You know what I mean? Because I feel like Brock's that type of person that just needs to walk on his own. Right? We don't need to see no grand thank you. Oh man, I may have lost, but I won your heart's time. No, he's gonna put somebody through the floor and say, all right, bye. End. Come on, bro. That's how it should be. Like, you got the most dominated monster with the past. Hold on. You know what? We might as well count this one. 3 decades. Because 2000, 2010s, and this one, because we're in 2026, and he's still whooping niggas' ass like it's easy, like slicing through butter. So you got this nigga for 3 decades just dominating and destroying niggas straight up, and you're just gonna have him retire to a fucking chokehold? No. That's not only bad for the business that people are going to watch, that for the people that watch it, that's bad for Brock Lesnar's reputation. Real bad. And WWE, not even Triple H, they're not going to do that to Brock. I'd be a little bit offended if they did that to Brock. Yeah. I wouldn't put it past Triple H that he has Gunther actually beat. Boy, I swear he's gonna have Gunther choke him out with the fucking ring ropes type shit. Like you remember when Undertaker had, speaking of Hell's Gate, remember when Undertaker put Brock in that Hell's Gate? You know that it was that same match. I can't remember SummerSlam or whatnot. Some tells me it was SummerSlam. That same match where Brock was like laughing at laughing at Undertaker. Undertaker set up. He kept laughing at him, and Undertaker laughed back like ha ha ha. That was hilarious. That was the first time I actually seen Undertaker legit break character out of nowhere. But anyway, it was that match. Am I on? Okay, I am. I dropped my mic. I knocked my mic over. I think I'm still. Yeah, I still picking up sound. Anyway, the at the end of that match, the Hell's Gate. He Undertaker put Brock in a Hell's Gate, and just as Brock passed out, he just flipped off the Undertaker straight up with his glove and then passed out. That's basically what Gunther has to do. I wouldn't put him past him like Gunther putting him in the Hell's Gate. But let's be real, this is gonna have to be like an actual street fight type of match where there are no disqualifications, and he's gonna have to like literally to get the power of all the technical wrestlers in the world and choke the hell out of them with the ring ropes or chains, something. But like I said, I personally can't see that happening. But yeah, I wouldn't put it past them if they pulled that shit. And me personally, I don't know if that's how you send off Brock Lesnar. I mean, there's other people, but Brock has never, except for that 2018, 2019, especially 2019, where Brock was acting all with the boom box and acting all foolish and shit with the mariachi band. Oh, you remember Brock doing the mariachi band? Man, what the hell? I ain't gonna cap. Brock had so much fun doing that. That was fucking hilarious. But again, outside of that, 2019 is really that dark place that nobody wants to talk about. Outside of that, Brock has been just a dominant, kick your ass and go and then leave and go back to the ranch type of nigga. You know what I mean? So yeah, I feel like you would have to send him off that way. That being said, if they do put Brock and Gunther up together and have Brock go over, it's gonna have to be after Gunther retires more people. And you know what would be funny as hell if Chris Jericho comes back from one night for WrestleMania, Gunther comes out there and talks shit and then says I'll wrestle you right now. If I win, you retire, and then that shit happens. Imagine that, and then just other shit happening, and then finally at the end, like I wouldn't even do it. Oh my god, the end of the year is so like you have to do it at SummerSlam. You'd have to have him face off Gunther Brock face off at SummerSlam if you're gonna do something funky at WrestleMania, or you just have Gunther Brock at WrestleMania. I don't know. I'm over here booking. I done got into a shit about that match, but yeah, fuck Gunther. AJ, I hope you don't retire. Like for real, not go back on your word. Yeah, just go back on your word, dude. There was the Drew McIntyre and Sami Zayn match. We all knew Sami wasn't going to win, but boy, did they make it look like he was about to. Like I think near damn the end, like Sami had like rallied and then tried to go for a haluba kick and got intercepted by a Claymore, and then Drew got up and hit him with another Claymore. He said, "Look at me when I do this." Think. But and Drew ended up winning. That was actually the right decision because you don't take the title off of Drew yet, especially how what he's been through to get to this moment, whether it's been legit or not. But him as the WWE champion right now makes so much sense, and it needs to go on. Right, it needs to go on for a while. Like up at least up until WrestleMania type shit. That's at least where it needs to go. But yeah, Drew won that. Drew won that shit, but he retained. And granted, I know people, in Saudi ain't go, like Sammy losing, but they'll get over it. Yeah, and I think a lot of other people, especially some of the other HU members had said, Sammy's not really world championship material. Kind of right. I don't want to admit it because I'm such a huge Sammy fan, but yeah, they're not wrestling. He's not wrestling material. He's not world championship material yet. Yet. Don't know when, but not yet. Do. And I'm not gonna go because I spent so much time on the women's Royal Rumble. I'm not gonna go through everybody. I'll go through the highlights. Obafemi came out number one, and Braun Breaker came out number two. Remember, Braun Breaker got spoiled being number one, so they had to flip him off. They had to flip him around and have and have a little segment with Paul Heyman and Adam Pearce about the fact that Braun Breaker's number one, and then you change him number two, and blah 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 blah. Braun Breaker comes out number two, and just as he's coming down the ring, a masked hooded figure, a black masked hooded figure comes out and jumps Braun, whoops his ass, curb stomps him, throws him into the ring for Oba, and then Oba just throws him out of the ring and eliminates him immediately. And the black masked hooded figure runs off, and Braun throws a fit. Well, he doesn't crash around and like fuck shit up, but he just throws a fit and goes lost. It gets lost. That was hilarious. Oh boy, hold on. I think that sorry. I think that masked hooded figure was Seth, but other people might think it's other people. Some might say it might be Austin Theory, which makes no sense. They would have to reach around for that. But they would have to reach for that. And yeah, it's clearly Seth because Braun speared the shit out of Seth before he went out and took everything from him. Why wouldn't that be him? If it ain't, then it'll be surprising. Next highlight, but that was funny what happened to Braun and the Monday after that's when he started crashing out and taking out people. And Adam Pearce is pissed. So we had a few other highlights. Rey Mysterio had showed up. Matt Cardona, Rusev in the mix. Javon Evans came out. He had a hell of a show. He actually lasted the longest in the Rumble, like at 40 minutes. But yeah, he tore it up. He tore it up. And then from AAA, you have Mr. Iguana, the Iguana Man. And he didn't last too long, but it was good to see him. Like for real. I hear him and Lola Vice sort of thing, which low key pisses me off, but I actually like bro, so I'm not as pissed off. You know what I mean? Lola Vice is fine as hell, and it's like, damn, how you get a fool like that? Oh, maybe he makes her laugh. That normally doesn't. Trick Willie shows up and he starts whooping niggas' ass while he's still wearing his coat and and piping up and everything. And eventually he takes that shit off. And him, Javon, and Oba have a little standoff next to each other, going back to NXT and just because it's Black History Month. It was the 31st, but we're gonna round it off. It was basically a Black History moment, and just a NXT callback moment. Just the three being in the ring, that was sweet. Let's see. Cody Rhodes show. Oh, here's another highlight. After Cody Rhodes shows up, El Grande Americano shows up. And by El Grande Americano, I remind you, this is the tall, lanky El Grande Americano that has a posse now, and a cape and all that shit. He shows up in the Rumble and pops in and starts doing shit. And the next entrant comes in, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Wait a minute. Is that El Grande Americano? Yeah. El Grande. So after El Grande Americano comes in, the next entrant is El Grande Americano. What? And by Grande Americano, I mean the short El thank you type of, Chad Gable. So that El Grande Americano. So there's two El Grande Americanos. Now there's two. Now there's two El Grande Americanos, man, and they get in the ring and they do the Spider-Man meme. like that's the imposter. No, that's the imposter. That's the which one is. Let me tell you, the highlight of Saturday's stream against with the Rumble when you know the El Doppelgano came in, the tall one, Ludwig. When he came in, Greg was over here streaming like, "Hey, it's Cat El Grande Americano," and Cat's like, "Man, no, that is not the real Americano. I've told you time and time again." And you know, Greg over there cheesing, you know, like the goofball goon ass troll ball headed. Let me stop. Like you know, like the troll he is. He over here cheese like the troll he is, and Cat's like, ugh. And then the next El Grande Americano comes in. Complete flip. Complete flip. Cat pipes up. He says, "Yes, the real Americano." Greg's like, "Oh." Greg's like, "Come on, man." Hey, man. You called out Cat's Americano, you get Cat's Americano. And that's the whole, you know, the whole Grand Americano shit. I'm about sick of all this mess going on, but just for this particular moment to happen, for that on stream to happen between Cat and Greg, that kind of makes it a little bit worth it, low key. But every time them niggas show up, Cat and or Greg has to be here. Preferably Cat, because at this point we can both, you know, crash out on the fake El Grande. Finally, I'm not. Listen here. Nope. It's backwards. Hold on, motherfucker. Nope. Look at that. What you see on the bottom is false. This is because this guy did not throw 4 picks in a playoff game. Anyway, back to my fucking story. Thanks for showing up, man. Back to the fucking Royal Rumble. And right after that Americano bullshit happens, guess who pops up? Powerhouse Hobbs, who is now Royce Keys from AEW, and that shit is that shit was awesome. That shit was awesome. He didn't have a long show out, but just to see him now that he's here, and he's probably going to be on SmackDown, which is fine. That was sweet. That was sweet, and you know AEW fans are like over here piping up like, you know, the traitor and all this bullshit, but they're really doing it for attention. I bet some of them don't even feel that way. They don't even care. They just keep the charade up because they need the clout, which basically insults me and my intelligence. That's why I don't fuck with it anymore. Because if I did, I'd probably lose my mind. And yeah. So skipping down, Il just shows up. Oh, La Parca from AAA also showed up. Who else? LA Knight came back for the match. Didn't win, but I digress. Then Lesnar, and then Roman Reigns eventually shows up, and then Fatu, and then Randy Orton, and then Gunther came in the third. Long story short, Final Four was Gunther, Randy Orton, Roman Reigns, and for some fucking reason, while he hid in the fucking corner all match long, who eliminated all of them? Was it it was LA? While LA eliminated all of his mates, for some reason Logan Paul makes the Final Four. That's some cap. That is some nasty cap. But I think he got thrown out first. Yeah, he did. He got thrown out first, and then the three fight, and then Randy eventually gets thrown out, and then it's Gunther and Roman Reigns. And at this point, I'm like, I don't even mind at this point. Roman Reigns, this will be his second Royal Rumble win, but this time this will be complete flip from 2016. Complete flip. But it was like, just eliminate Gunther for the love of God. That's going to be nasty. He did. Thank God. And your tribal chief is the Royal Rumble winner. And Monday night, he actually went ahead and picked CM Punk. Why? Because he hates him. He always has. And he's gonna make him acknowledge him in WrestleMania. Long story, but outside of that, box office. That's a box office match right there. That's gonna kick ass. And the promos and the promo and the build up that's going to happen in between. First of all, the way it started when he chose him and he said what I just said to y'all early into the mic, brother, that's going to be that was already a chef's kiss promo, but the rest was what's to come. The build up of what's to come. Oh man, this is really going to be one of those just one more time. Let me stop singing because they get people for singing for some reason, but you know what I'm talking about. Oh man, it's gonna be one of those matches. But that was the Royal Rumble. Roman Reigns and Liv Morgan were Rumble winners, and Drew and Gunther, won their respective matches. Again, 8 out of 10. 8.5 out of 10 Rumble. It was pretty good, but a lot of it was like shaded, for AJ losing and shit. But we ball. I took away like a point and a half for this for Saudi being Saudi and that AJ losing match. All right. Shut up, man. I'm done with you. You know what? I am gonna get into sports though because earlier in the stream I had got some breaking news that the Clippers are trading James Harden to the Cavaliers for Darius Garland and a second round pick. But and earlier I'm not listening. And earlier today it just came out of nowhere that James Harden was trying to look for a trade, even though the Clippers are in prime position to actually come back up and make the play in the West. You're done, man. Yeah, okay, you're done. You're done. You're done. But back to fucking basketball. James Harden apparently always does this tries to go somewhere where he can chase the ring, gets to the playoffs, and he makes all of them fall flat on their face because he can't contribute for some reason. And unfortunately, I feel like that's going to happen to the Cavs. But my thing isn't Darius Garland injured? Because they picked up Dennis Schroeder because of that. That's crazy though. I'm just seeing Darius Garland to the Clippers. I mean, he's a way better option than Chris Dunn, but you can also still use Chris Dunn for defense purposes. Huh. I mean, it doesn't sound too bad when you think about it on paper, but at the same time, it's the fact that James Harden's involved and he had wanted out of nowhere, so it caused the Clippers to pivot. I mean, Clippers have been in hell ever since they made that trade for Paul George, and it's really Kawhi's fault because he pushed for that. But no one wants to blame or put it on Kawhi. He got his championship. Well, he got his 2 championship rings, and he can just and he'll retire probably the first ballot for real. I mean, it's really unfortunate, but at the same time, it's it's that nasty. It feels like that James Harden type of sneaky type shit. You know what I mean? Let me see if anybody else gets traded. Yeah, there's. I'm looking on Discord right quick to see if anybody else got traded. Oh, Patrick Mahomes' dad got arrested for a probation violation. Okie doke. Okie doke. Yeah. No, what? Let's look at the well, how much time we got? Almost 40 minutes. Hell, almost 40 minutes. I'm gonna go through the NBA standings and kind of tell you about the teams that I want to briefly talk about. Sorry, had a burp that got caught, but I'm good. And maybe I'll talk about this upcoming Duke and Carolina game, and I'll get out y'all niggas hair for real. But let's look at the standings right quick. Click click. Like, I wonder if I can share. Hold on. Bear with your boy. Okay. Okay. All right. Shit sharing. Cool. 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 All right. NBA standings. So you got the Detroit Pistons that's at number one, and honestly, they've been hot the entire time. They used to be at down here at the bottom, like just fighting for scraps, fighting for scraps and shit. But they got Cade and they got Duran and got all the rest of them. They got all those guys together. They're at number one. So yeah, and I knew Cade was going to be like that, but now he's actually blooming into his prime. Knicks at two. It's basically going to be Knicks and the Pistons right now. Oh wait, I lied. Celtics. Celtics started really bad and literally went on a win streak and turned that shit right around, and now here they are at third. And they just traded for Nikola Vucevic. So they traded Anthony Simons for Nikola Vucevic. So now they got another solid center down there for pick and pop purposes. So it's almost going to look like 2024. So if Jason Tatum comes back and he's good enough that he can play and is stable enough to actually go through all the way, they could make it back to the finals. But we'll have to see. The Raptors, who's actually had an outstanding show out with Scotty Barnes, and Brandon Ingram, so they're at number four, and then you got Cleveland, and you got Philly, and then you got the play-ins right here. So you see the Charlotte Hornets right here, highlighted. I definitely want to highlight this because if you pan over here and you see this, hold on, back. If you pan over there and you see what I just highlighted in blue, you see that they're on a 7-game winning streak. They had established a lineup and then established basically play over there to where the new coach and new owners and new front office and everything. It almost looks like they're turning this team at least into a winning type team, a potential playoff team almost. As you can see, they're one game out of the play-ins, but in the past the Charlotte Hornets actually were a playing team, so it's not like something that they're used to. But hey, this might be something they may be able to build on. But like I said, it's not nothing major, but that team is somebody to look out for. By the way, Colin Knippel might actually end up taking Cooper Flag's Rookie of the Year unless Cooper puts up a couple more 50 point games, which I believe he can. But they're gonna have to really let Cooper show out. As Con right now is making the Hornets a lot better, especially on the perimeter. And then you see them niggas. All right, let's go to the West. OKC is already up top. San Antonio Spurs, man, Wemby's not getting that many minutes, but the team itself is starting to turn into that fundamental Spurs team where they can build around Wemby. And if Wemby really becomes that, which I actually think he will, because that dude is nice, and the way he's built, the durability that he shows, and everything, he's going to be in the league for a while, and he's going to be that guy. Yeah, yeah, for real. The Nuggets, who's always up top. The Rockets, by the way, Alper Shingun low-key got snubbed for the All-Star game. Yeah, he got snubbed for the All-Star game, but what don't kill him make him stronger. So I do wish that when the Hornets traded up in 2021, they would have traded up for Shingun, but they didn't. So, or better yet, don't even pick James Bouknight. Just pick Alper Shingun. But we missed on that. We drafted Jalen Duren and traded him. So Maybe this is finally the Hornets' sins being repentant. Maybe, I don't know. And then you got the Timberwolves and the Lake Show. Lakers were at 3 at one point. Then LeBron came back, and now they're at 6. But the funny thing is, they're actually winning a little bit more. They actually just lost one, but they're not they haven't completely fallen off. But the other teams, as you can see, like the Rockets and Nuggets and stuff, they're soaring them right past them. I'm not sure how that. Well, the 31 wins. Fuck. Why? How the hell have we not played as many? Boy, NBA schedule is weird. NBA schedule is weird. You see the fucking play in and everything else. Dallas Mavericks, they mean 1930, but I think Cooper's really showing that he's going to be the franchise. Oh God, they got that. They basically got a franchise. They gave up their current franchise player Luca up for the number one overall pick to draft their future franchise player Coop. And they did the whole draft NBA draft lottery thing just to try to cover it up. But smart people, niggas who know ball, knows that shit's rigged. 1.8% chance, man. 1.8% chance. But I digress. But I think that's the most I had to, at least mention on the fucking conference championships. Or not what the hell am I talking about? On the NBA standings, conferences, championships. It's a Super Bowl next week, man. Anyway, I do want to touch up on this game since I'm here by myself right now, and I'm just going to talk about it. God damn it. Go back home. Oh my god. Wrong home button. There we go. This game. Let's see. This game. Carolyn, I want y'all to understand. I want y'all to understand. This game right here is the most important college basketball game in the entire country. I don't care about the West. I don't care about the North. I don't care about fucking Canada. It's not even a part of this country. I don't care about any of that shit. This game is when everything stops so this game can happen. Right here. Brother, right here. And let me tell you something. Right now, just looking at it, they actually did win. Motherfucker. I mean, they played BC. They get an easy pass. Well, technically, Syracuse is supposed to be easy for us, but you know what? These niggas have not lost an ACC game, and they've only lost one game, and I remember that was Texas Tech. And here we are at a decent record, at 14. That's working through our struggles. These dookies right here, man. They're actually pretty good. I ain't gonna cap. They're actually pretty good. I don't think they're as good as last year, but good enough to run through the ACC and actually continue to win games. Cameron Boozer, he's gonna be a top 5 draft pick. He's probably gonna go number 3, and then this dude's gonna go right behind him at number 4, Caleb Wilson. This dude's a dog. He dunks everything. He's athletic as shit, and the footwork is crazy. This dude's about the same, but he's not. He's a little bit bigger. Plays under the rim, but basically plays like his dad, Carlos Boozer. Basically plays like his dad, which is pretty good because Boozer won. We ain't gonna talk about that shit. But this game is really fucking important for Saturday, and I really hope we can pull it off. But anything could fucking happen in this game. Like, there's been a time where Duke, I think, actually was ranked 4 back in 2014, pretty high. We weren't ranked at all. Smoked them. That's how much we beat as an unranked team. We beat a ranked Duke team, and it's not, and that's not out of the ordinary because this happened on several occasions on both different perspectives, like on Like Duke has beat us when they're unranked and vice versa. But most of the time, Duke stays ranked. Duke fucking stays ranked because these niggas glazed them all the way to the fifth and sixth and seventh. All the way to the ninth floor of hell and back. Like, these dudes and these dudes these dudes just get down on their knees for this. It's disgusting. It's absolutely pitiful. But hey, this is why the light blue knights savior is here to clean all this mess, take what's ours, and show these fucking fools what's up. But and we're at home too, so I'm not gonna put it that much up against. But we got Titans against Titans. This is gonna be a really good game, man. And I just hope we can just hang on and just pull it out. But the fact that there's so many teams in the ACC now that we won't even play everybody in the team, but they got their schedule picked so fucking easy for them to just glaze through. It's just nuts. I'm just trying to fuck. It's got to come down to us to hand them a loss. It always comes down to us, but it's not like we can't handle it, right? It's not like we can't handle it, but we got it, bro. Carolina Duke, February 7th, this Saturday. I'm definitely not streaming this game because I'm going to be so far locked into this game. You won't hear from me from 6:30 till about maybe 8:30. Let's just say 6:30 till 9 because the game can probably run for the next 30 minutes because that shit's gonna be lit. From 6:30 till 9 p.m. Well, let's just say from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Don't contact me. You will not hear anything until after 9 if we win. if we lose, you won't hear from me till the next day. That's how important this game is. My heart's gonna be literally out my chest in a box, beating like crazy, while I'm over here gasping for air every time we go up against them to try to score, brother. It's that deep. But then, if y'all watch, y'all check this game out. If y'all aren't even fans of either or, man, just this game is entertaining as hell, man. For real. This is the biggest fucking rivalry in all of college sports. Yes, including other sports except basketball. Everybody's like, "Oh, Michigan and Ohio State." Yeah. That's a big rivalry. I don't think y'all understand how deep this blue blood goes, though. It runs deep. The hate runs fucking deep. For real. So yeah. That's gonna be a fun game. That's definitely gonna be a fun game. Anyway, Bam, you can go fuck yourself up a creek without a paddle. Get that shit out of my face, motherfucker. And damn, this is all just Bam, just in the chats. I was about to read some comments before I left. Hold on. Okay? Bam's got the questions again. Is thin crust pizza with extra sauce and no cheese a form of soup in a bread bowl? I had to actually think about that one. Where did you come up with that? What's this say? Condiments essentially food lube. Humans are just the food source for God. Then he oh damn, because he created us like plant or farmers would grow plants and then pick us them, throw us to earth, and then it's like 55 minutes. It's close enough. Well, I don't know. I can run this all the way to the hour mark if I want to. It's like 5 minutes left. Um, what else we got in sports? Really nothing other than a couple of the trades that happened earlier. Um, what the fuck? Oh, you know what? Let's use these last few moments, and we're gonna go over this a little bit more pre-snap next tomorrow, next day, the next day tomorrow. We're gonna go over this on pre-snap. I will die never having licked my own. Everybody's gonna die never having licked their own elbow. Everybody. Anyway, let me just recap the Super Bowl real quick, and then I'll get up out of here. Not recap, preview, preview the Super Bowl. So Patriots and Seahawks are going to go up against in the Super Bowl this Sunday, obviously. Um, so I'm gonna give you my early prediction, and this might change, on pre-snap tomorrow. But low key, I got the Seahawks winning. And really, I think the defense is just going to, just step up and settle up and just and probably freeze Drake May and the Brides of Lights. I hope not, but that's what it looks like. That's what it looked like is going to happen. Now, don't get me wrong. The Patriots defense is actually like that, so it might turn this and that. It really depends. The game's really going to depend if the Patriots defense can make Sam Darnold see ghosts again. But I saw the Seahawks win a Super Bowl with Russell Wilson doing absolutely nothing. So, and then when it was time for him to do something, he threw a pick in the end zone when they should have ran it. Oh, by the way, Seahawks, I'm pretty sure y'all going to learn from y'all mistakes from 2014, and you're going to run the ball because K Dub's back there and he's nice. He's nice. He ain't beast mode, but K9 can get the job done if you run the ball. Just run the ball. I'm pretty sure they're gonna run the ball. This almost feels like a 12-year reprieve from that mishap that happened. But if not, and the Patriots win, you're gonna see a very happy UNC fan that that his his quarterback, his college quarterback, and probably the best quarterback, statistically the best quarterback that's ever stepped foot on UNC, win a Super Bowl. Yeah, man, I'm a show out by show out, and my 20 teen self is gonna look at me with great shame, like, what are you doing? I'm like, UNC players the quarterback, and he's like, how did that happen? By the way, boy, boy. It's gonna be nasty. I told the people early on. I think either last pre-snap talk, like if Drake May wins Super Bowl MVP and Patriots win Super Bowl, I may buy a Drake May Patriots jersey. And hang it right there between those two jerseys. Oh man. But yeah, I initially got the Seahawks, but I'm definitely going for the Patriots to win, just to see Drake May. Now, let me change that. I'm not going for the Patriots. I'm going for Drake May, and obviously Drake May has a lead team, so it kind of coincides. But I digress. But I do think the Seahawks are probably going to win. All right, last few comments, and we're out of here. Do not go into the automotive industry. Okay, I mean I'm not, but okay. A tricycle is just a unicycle with training wheels. Damn it, Bam. You would think the Seahawks should have learned their mistake from last time they played in the Super Bowl. Well, I'll tell you one thing. Pete Carroll isn't there anymore, so I'm pretty sure they're going to make the right decision, unless if they put a fix in like they normally do and shit. Why isn't taco sushi a thing? I thought it was. Because basically they are. Or burrito. They can be like burrito sushi. Because you wrap them up. remember to check your remember to check your gender fluid and blinker fluid in your vehicles. Okay, this is Quiet Hated's going away quote. This is our Crash Out Tuesday ending quote. So we wish you good night and a great rest of the week. And always remember to check your check your gender fluid and blinker fluids in your vehicles. You can read it. I can't talk. I can't talk. Y'all can read it. Remember to check your remember to check your gender fluid and blinker fluid in your vehicles. All right. I've been on here long enough, man. All right, bro. Uh, y'all have yourself a great night, man. We got crap. We got like I said, we got pre-snap on Wednesday. We'll further discuss this Super Bowl and whatever Spooky decides. But it looks like he's going to go off the script again, like we're doing now. Thursday, I if I don't, either I'm gonna stream playing 2K again, or I'm not, and I'm gonna watch anime. But what I got planned for a post pre snap, at least during the off season, I'm going to stream on Wednesdays and Thursdays. But on Wednesdays, I'm gonna stream like either 2K or whatever I want. But on Thursdays, I'm gonna stream Fall Guys and invite the rest of the HGU crew to join. That's what I got planned. If they can't, then it's fine. I'll just solo that shit. But that would be cool that just to have the other just send out the code and have other HGU members play Fall Guys while I'm on stream. That would be cool. But we'll but that's for the off season, like when I'm actually freed up on Wednesday. So that's what I got planned. We'll see how that works. But that's all I got for that for the announcements. SmackDown's on Friday. Um, I don't know if next Monday I won't be able to make Monday Night Raw again, and I'll remind you. I'll remind the day of, but I got a scouting thing I gotta go do, so it's gonna take the rest of the night. But yeah, I'll keep you updated on what I got going on. But like I said earlier, what the schedule is, it's that pre snap stream, game of stream, and the SmackDown. So that's all I got for y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed the show, the hour-long show that I made it through. That I just had managed to yap for a whole hour until we're done. Um, but yeah, that's about it. Um, Appreciate y'all joining the stream. I'll have yourselves a great rest of the week. Life is unscripted, and so is my fucking yapping ass. Good night, everybody.